introduction to WTV 60 series. In case you didn't get it before, I have experience as a life coach. And as the main producer of content on the platform right now, a lot of the material I'm talking about is information that I hope will help you really improve your life. Right? We're way beyond just wanting to maintain what we have. We want to improve. Who is we? Our audience, women in their 60s and older. So I'm starting with this month. It's another month, another opportunity to begin a 30-day challenge. It's never too late to start if you want to challenge yourself to take any kind of action that's going to really bring you more joy, more happiness. Especially in this time with the coronavirus, our worlds have been turned upside down in ways we never imagined possible. So I've occasionally used the phrase reimagine your life. That's exactly what we've had to do, isn't it? Every day, in a way, we're reimagining. Well, what am I doing today? So many of the structures that we had of getting up, getting dressed, going to work, etc., they're gone. And it's been hard, hasn't it? Financially, emotionally, mentally. The stress is so intense some days. Are there days for you, like me, where I just don't even want to get up, get dressed, and get going? In fact, it happened for me the last 2 Saturdays. I had zero motivation. I'm filming on Friday. I can't wait to see what tomorrow is going to look like. I hope that was only a temporary phenomenon. So, here we are, another challenge. I've been talking the last several months about a topic we're going to continue on with this month. This month is called Letting Go. How does it relate? We had the 8-part coaching series where we thought about negative self-talk, things that were holding us back, limiting beliefs, but then a positive side too. Last month, July, 5-part health series. What do we have beyond our health? We know that maintaining health is not only good for our heart, our mind, our body, our soul, our physicality, but it's good for our wallet. Health issues often require money. If we need surgery, if we're going to get on some kind of prescription drug, if we're having multiple visits to the doctor, they require money, which can be in short supply right now. So many of us have been cleaning our houses, haven't we? Purging, reorganizing, going through the pantry, throwing out all foods, because we've had all this time. But that has not been the case for everybody. And maybe you've made some strides, but you didn't complete the task. Letting go of physical stuff does have an emotional and mental component to it. And for this reason, I am so thrilled that I will be bringing on board another producer, Sarah Hart. You met Sarah Hart, I think it was back in March. She actually shared a story. Both of us told a story about a bicycle trip we took. And while I filmed her first show that day, we weren't really ready for the whole show, or series, I should say, till this month. I have 4 shows I'm going to be sharing with her, by her, and it's around her book called The Emotional Side of Downsizing. Can't wait to be viewing those programs with you. So let me get into today's topic, letting go. This is the introduction. Why? Why is letting go important? When we hold so tightly onto stuff from the old, it does not allow ourselves room to grow, to change, to bring in new ideas and energies and motivations. We need to create space. And all of these areas, the mental, the physical, the emotional, our brain usage, by holding on to things that are no longer relevant, in so many ways hold us back from having the life that we truly desire. This reimagined life that is available to us. And in some cases, we have to reimagine our lives. If this new normal, which could continue on, this virus for another year, it could be going on. So we don't know what new normal is or when it may ever happen. If you've been stuck in the past, this is an aside, not in the past, but stuck in this fear around the virus, then I hope you're especially going to join this month and listen to some of the techniques that we're going to be giving you to really let go of some of those fears. Yes, we still have to be mindful. We have to follow the protocol, but fear should not be the thing that's holding us back. There are so many benefits when we finally let go of whatever has been holding us down. Freedom. I already talked about this. Freedom to try something new, to allow new feelings in, to expand our consciousness. So many freedoms can open up. Letting go can improve our relationships, especially our relationship with ourselves. You know, this negative self-talk I mentioned, if we're browbeating ourselves all the time about all those past missed opportunities, we're not allowing ourselves freedom to grow, to get beyond, to expand our world. And this letting go allows us to really have personal growth. This is a situation that is true for humans. Personal growth. Whether we want it or not, change happens. And by embracing change, it gives us the opportunity and the space to grow personally. Especially our audience, women in their 60s and older. You know, we came from a time frame, the baby boomers, where we were all about working on ourselves and wanting to be individualistic and think about what we wanted in our lives and for ourselves. But what happened? Life got in the way. We got married, we got jobs, we kind of lost, some of us lost our identities along the way. And we looked forward to this time frame where we could have this reinvestment in our own growth and life. And it's here. It's here. The time is now. So here are 8 simple things that we can think about right now that'll put us on the path of letting go. Number 1, stop blaming others. We blame ourselves, it's true, but we blame others. If only so-and-so had done this, if my boss had done this, if my partner, if my kids would do this. There are so many others in our realm that we can be blaming for our situation and our life and the way it is now. The second part, make the decision to let go. We choose every day, believe it or not, what we're doing in life. Even though we have a routine, and maybe over these last few months you developed a new routine about what time you get up, what you're having for breakfast, what you're going to do for the day, these are really still all our decisions. Because at any point in time we could say, well, I know I was going to do that, but instead I choose to do this. Throughout this whole month, we're going to be talking a lot about making these decisions, because Letting go does require change, and change requires action and deciding. 3, I like this one. Trust you'll be okay without holding on to whatever your security blanket has been, whether it's food, pills, alcohol, exercising too much. You know, there are some good things that we can do to avoid facing things that are standing in our way. Trust that if you let go of your hold onto whatever it is standing in your way, that you will be okay. 4th, learn the lesson and move on. What does this mean? So many things that we got engaged in the past was an opportunity for us to learn a lesson. We've heard this before, and some things that we keep repeating over and over and over again, it mainly tells us we have not learned that lesson. Life is full of lessons. So this is a journal opportunity, by the way. I try to fit that in every show, don't I? This is a time to start journaling about what is holding you back, and try to really decipher, what was I supposed to learn from that experience? Puzzle it out, think it through. Also, look, were there other experiences that you had? Maybe they weren't identical, but they were similar, and in each case, the lesson was there for you to learn. Figure out what were those lessons, understand what they meant, what their relevance is, and get beyond them. Move on. This is not the time to hold on to the past. This is time to live now, and plan for the future. We can't live in the future, but we can think about the future and make plans for the future. 5th, very, very common theme in the majority of my shows, meditation. It is so helpful to just sit down quietly on your own, add in some breathing, and just let yourself be. Be in the moment, without distractions, without worries, without fears, without the past clogging up our brain and the future worrying us about what may happen. 6, I already said it, allow yourself to live in the moment. To me, living in the moment is more than just doing. I try, and maybe this would work for you, to find joy and happiness in those moments. Really work on it. You know, you think joy and happiness comes normally, but it will in time, but it might not be your headspace right now with so many fears going on. To bring back on a conscious level the joy in the experience. And how do you do it? One way is to psych yourself up. If you have an outing, for instance, this Sunday I'm going up to Nevada to visit a friend. A friend and I are going to visit a couple. They've lived in this house probably 5 years. Every year when I see them or talk on the phone, I go, I have to come up for a visit. Well, we're going for the visit. We'll do our social distancing, but we will enjoy a glass of wine, I'm sure, take a nice walk up in their neighborhood or perhaps up to the woods. Thinking about this event, and for you right now, think about what is coming up on your agenda. Start getting excited about it. Look forward to it. Think about how fun it will be. And for me, I miss these people. This is a couple I've known for 30 plus years. I met them mid-85. I don't get to see them as much, but I'm going to take that opportunity now. So look forward to these events, and it allows you, while you're there in their presence, to have a greater sense of enjoyment and happiness. 7, Accept things you cannot change. And it's time to accept them and move on. And this happens a lot with relationships, doesn't it? You know that one friend you have that annoys the heck out of you, but for some reason you've never been able to let go of that friendship? So, two issues here. Have you really ever, in a kind, supportive way, talked to the person about what bothers you about them? They might have no clue. When you keep going back and engaging with them time after time after time, how could they know that that relationship wasn't working for you that way might have been for them? So relationships is an excellent example of accepting something you cannot change. So maybe it's time to let go of that relationship, to let go of, if you've been shopping online, I got into it for a little while. You know, we're so bored. We can't wait to have that package arrive in the mail. Buying things that maybe we don't need. Using money that could be best saved for the future. So that is something, another example of something that right now, where we can't change the getting out into the world so much, there are things that we can do. I feel like I gave an example that didn't fit exactly with this topic, so I'm going to just leave it for now. And finally, number 8. This is so big. Let go of hurts, unmet expectations, and loss. Many examples in this category. Friends is one, if you felt slighted. The expectation, if you were a person that said, by the time I'm blank, I will have this or I will do this, and it didn't happen, so what? It's okay. If it was something that you really wanted, you still have the opportunity that you could make it happen. Whether it's to start a new business. There are so many businesses starting online now. People without jobs are being creative to think about, well, what can I do at home? And whether it's your own business or try to find a position at another company that needs at-home workers. Expectations. I thought I'd have more money in the bank. I thought I would have gone to Galapagos by now. That's one for me. I wanted to go last year. Will I ever get to go there? What are some other expectations? Single women. I thought I'd be married. I thought I'd at least be dating. There are a lot of expectations we put upon ourselves that may not be possible right now or even relevant. And if it's something from the past and it didn't happen yet, I'm repeating, can you still make it happen in the future? And loss. Loss is so hard. And loss mainly can come from death of loved ones, or in our own case, could come from our own divorce, or even watching a close friend or a child or a good friend get divorced. That scenario, it actually not only is painful for them, it brings loss onto us because it's changing our relationship with people that were part of our inner circle, people we're close to. Family dynamics, and when I use the word family, to me that also means good friends. Change in dynamics really brings a lot of loss. The heartache, you know what I mean? The time change, when you're used to seeing somebody weekly for an activity or once a month, whatever the regular schedule is, and that's not happening anymore. Each time, if it was your Wednesday night cocktails, whatever it was, the dinner every Wednesday night, and you don't have that anymore, think how long. You know, this is true for this virus right now, for those of us that had regular activities. we already feel that loss because every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever it is for you, Saturday morning walk, another good example. Every time that time comes in the week, we feel that, like, oh, it's Wednesday, I wish I could blank, or Saturday, oh, I wish we were out walking on the trail. Those losses are real, and they do build up, but I hope they're not going to be forever. So I'm going to wrap up with this. As you go through this month with me, letting go, the main purpose is to recognize that this could be your time to rekindle your own hopes and dreams. I'm going to. What about you? Thanks for tuning in. See you soon. Dorothy Kelly saying bye-bye.